Hey you guys, today I'm making a 2-tiered creamy coconut cake. To start this process, I have my coconut cake layers that I baked the night before, and then I put them in the freezer just so I can have all of the flavors all blend together really well as lock in that moisture. Then I'm filling it with my creamy coconut buttercream as well as some coconut cream to go in between each of the frosting layers. Once I'm done filling this cake, I then top off that final cake layer. Then I'm gonna start by filling in any gaps of frosting on the side, smooth that out, and then we're gonna start by applying a crumb coat, which is a thin layer of frosting that we're gonna start on the top and then work our way up from the bottom to the top of the cake around the sides. Once I'm done applying the frosting, I take my cake scraper, I will smooth it out, and then from any of the frosting that I remove from the cake, I will scrape that off and then use that to fill in any small gaps or imperfections. Once I'm done with that, I'll take my small offset spatula, trim off any excess around the crown of the cake, and then I take my dowels or my bubble straws and stick them in to allow for more support, especially for the fact that this is a 2-tiered cake. Now it's time to move on to the smaller top. This is a 6-inch cake, so I have my creamy coconut cake layers, then my creamy coconut buttercream with the coconut cream in between as well. I start by doing the crumb coat just like I did the other cake, smooth out any of that frosting, trim off the excess, and then once I'm done with both of those, I put the cakes in the freezer for about 20 to 30 minutes to allow that crumb coat to set up and harden. Now it's time for the fun exterior color. I'm using Chef Master Sky Blue for the entire cake, and you guys, this color is everything. I absolutely love it. I love this tone of blue. So I was very excited when I saw their inspiration for the cake. So we're doing the same thing that we did with the crumb coat. We just apply that frosting, smooth it out. You take off any excess frosting around the top of the cake. And I'm doing that again for that top tier. So we are covering things exactly the same. Once I'm done with them, I'm gonna go and put them in the freezer again for about 20 to 30 minutes to allow that final coat to set up. And now it's time to put them together. Once the cake layers are put together, I then started by applying this really awesome design around the sides. This is Wilton Piping Tip 789. It's a very wide, large piping tip. And then I also applied some smaller details with the Wilton 4B. Once I was done with the frosting details, I applied the flowers, and this is the final result.